Apparently, hated Genshin VA just confirmed that she got fired. Is this Kayli Mills? I'm gonna take a guess. It's Kayli Mills. It has to be Kayli Mills. There's no way it's not.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for tuning in. So, mid-recording of this video, Kayli Mills made an official response to her getting recast as Keqing in Genshin. If you want to skip right to that part, I will have the timestamp right over there for you. But yeah, I mean, the rest of the video hopefully is entertaining too. So if you want to watch how it unfolds in real time, by all means, feel free to do that. But I figured I would give you the timestamp if you wanted it. And now here is the rest of the video as originally recorded. Because we talked about how Paimon and Keqing's VAs, that being Karina Boker and Kayli Mills, had seemingly been recast, and the evidence was like beyond compelling, right? But now we have the official confirmation here in the patch notes. We can see it says, after version 5.7 is updated, Keqing and Paimon's English VAs will be updated. This change only applies to new content in version 5.7. Historical content will be gradually updated in subsequent versions. So that also answers a question that people had, of course, about, well, are the prior lines also going to be redubbed? And yeah, I guess gradually they will be. Of course, I was then wondering if Karina had anything else to say about this information.
Oh,
she
Spike
did about 2
Chunsoft.
weeks ago.
What the hell?
Of course, make the announcement on Paper Bag Boy's channel that she apparently was getting recast. Her story, once again, was that she sent notice to Hoyoverse shortly after John Patnode got replaced as Kenichi by Jacob Takanashi, saying that she wouldn't work anymore without the union agreement being signed, the interim agreement being signed. Common speculation is that she actually got terminated. And you know what? Kayli Mills being recast as well seems like one could argue that Kayli Mills getting recast adds further merit to the speculation that that Karina also got terminated and didn't willingly step away. But we'll talk more about that in a second. The point I'm getting at here is that I'm on Karina's Blue Sky account, curious to see if she had any further statements to make on all this stuff or anything to say about it at all. But instead, I met with Karina, once again reposting Days. This is someone we've talked about a few times in the past because Karina's reposted
it's Pomeranian
other
of
takes from Days that are
Doom.
completely unhinged and out of touch. But Karina seems to really like these takes, seems to agree with them, seems to think Days is constantly cooking. So we got Days responding to Pomeranian of Doom too. Look at that, the gang is all here. Well, not entirely, but you know. Pomeranian of Doom, it said, the sad thing is, I have seen quite a number of Hoyoverse fans going hardcore into fascism lately. Oh my gosh. Yeah, sure. And Days is like, that's actually the purpose of far-right YouTube grifters getting involved in this drama. I'm like instantly already in disbelief that these people make such terrible takes. Like, we're not even done yet, and I just can't even believe what I'm
Welcome
reading
to
here. I mean,
2025.
figure speech.
When they like throwing words, they literally don't know or understand what they are.
Things. Let's continue. It starts with concerns over mean voice actors. It turns into gullible fans tuning into these content creators broadly. And their broader goal is just fascism. What the frick, bro? Or whatever stupid bigotry gets them more clicks. This is such a crazy thing to say. This is what happens when you spend all day, every day on Blue Sky, just reading political slop posts nonstop. I'm just so mad at the Hoyoverse community and the far-right YouTube grifters. The Hoyoverse fans are becoming fascists, and the far-right YouTube grifters who talk about SAG-AFTRA, they're just a bunch of liars.
They are.
They're a bunch of far-right grifters who are just trying to make a bunch of...
Is this the education of America right here?
Nazis. These people are all Nazis. Karina then reposted another take by Days, this one saying, it really sucks all the discourse over the SAG-AFTRA strike was taken over by Hoyo fans, because the world doesn't revolve around Hoyo. It's bigger than just one company. It's about voice acting for video games as a whole. Voice actors work in more than just a few gacha games. Once again, these people seem to be living in some kind of like alternate reality or something, because throughout this entire situation, I've seen fans talking about the distinction between the official video game strike and the collective work refusal. This has been an important point of contention because some of the VAs a part of the collective work refusal claim that SAG is not involved at all. But as we saw on Twitter, the official account for SAG was trying to forward an agreement to Hoyoverse and get them to sign said agreement. So throughout all of this, it's been an important distinction that the people criticizing the VAs and the union have been making between the official strike and the collective work refusal.
Let Tanaka take over your
Days
job.
Over here and Karina over here are really going to try and act like that distinction's never happened and that everyone's just making it about Hoyoverse.
It's been
Again,
so
showing
long.
that these people are just massively out of touch. That takes us over to this post from our Genshin Impact. With both Paimon and the Trailblazer being replaced in the latest version, it seems like no one is in the safe zone anymore. They'll be let go if they keep refusing to work.
True.
Which,
amen.
Many of the collective work fields.
Yeah, those Chinese gacha companies are not what? NARS? NARS? I don't even know what that is.
Be saying that they will continue. But let's take a look at this top
Hey man,
comment here.
if you refuse to work, it's like, well, we'll just find someone else who'll do the job, you know? It's simple as that. Don't want to do the work? All right, you're fired. Get out of here. Easy as that.
Paimon getting replaced will definitely make other VAs think long and hard before acting out now. If a character with so many lines can get replaced, anyone can. Paimon publicly executed as an example for the rest. That is a hilarious way to word it. More like appropriate. Well, again, remember that she's trying to claim that she willingly stepped down though, so depends how many VAs believe Karina's statement and how many think she actually did get replaced. I would say potentially Kayli Mills getting replaced might actually be an even bigger point that these VAs should be worried about, because Kayli never made the claim that she stepped down willingly. It looks like because of all the backlash that Kayli got, which was completely justified for her terrible actions and her non-apology.
True.
That she actually got replaced. That's what it looks like. That Hoyoverse stepped in and
fuck around and find out.
Replaced Kayli Mills. And again, like, we could think that they also probably did replace Karina. But as for VAs taking a lesson from all of this, it depends on how they interpret Karina's message, if they believe it or not. And actually, mid-recording, Kayli Mills just posted this statement in real time. Let's take a look at what she has to say. Last week, I was informed that I would be recast as Kaching due to the production schedule. Yeah, the production schedule, huh? Right. She says, I know people will speculate, but this is the official sole reason I was given. I made it very clear that I was absolutely willing and enthusiastic to return at any point if AI protections could be provided, regardless of union status. So it could very well be true that Hoyoverse did say this was just for production schedule purposes. If I recall, I think they actually used that in the past for replacing people. It's kind of like a default sort of thing. Like, I think they're also like trying to be polite about it. Like, breaking that down further, obviously, the implication would be that
no more Paimon and
withholding to
Kaching.
work
We're getting a new voice actor. I can't wait to hear the new voice actor for Kaching.
And messing up the production schedule, they got to replace her. You could break that down in various ways, but that's essentially like how odd TLDR'd, I suppose, in my opinion. She says, that is all I asked for. It is unfortunate such protections could not be secured for me and my castmates. I sincerely hope that changes in the future.
Nope.
Voicing Kaching has been one of the greatest journeys of my life. I will always treasure it. From bonding with castmates over our love of working on the story. You guys love it so much that you just refuse to work for months and disparage the company that hired you and created the story to begin with. Particularly, Karina is most guilty of the disparaging stuff. Getting to meet passionate fans and see the creativity the story has inspired, getting to work on an official fan song and sing as Kaching, getting to explore more of her character in Moonchase Festival, getting to return in Lantern Rite each year, even the sessions where I had to redo a line 20 times to get the pronunciation of Leeway right. I cherish every memory, and I will carry each one with me for the rest of my life. I am deeply sorry we could not complete that journey together. Yesterday's experiences make me stronger today. And most of those experiences...
Well, you could have just done your job, in my personal opinion, if you want to continue the journey, you know? I'm just saying.
...are ones that I share with you. Thank you for everything, Kaching. So 2 days ago on Blue Sky, Kayli Mills did also say similarly about her withholding specifically for AI protection. Specifically, this set of posts on Blue Sky that read, actors may all be withholding for their own reasons. Mine is simply that I do not want to work with AI protections in my contract. I did not ask the game for the game to go union.
Okay,
Some
buddy.
people will not work without the protection of a union contract, though, which I think is incredibly fair, too. So, that's a pretty huge difference. Why are you guys striking together if some of you guys just want AI protections in the contract and the rest want the whole game to go union? Because that massively changes the context of what may happen to the game. So basically the point I'm getting at is skill issue on y'all's part. Hey, I just want this one thing in the contract. Let's strike with all these other people who are trying to fundamentally change the entire structure of the business that applies to the specific project being worked on, which would be Genshin Impact or Hoyoverse games at large. Now, I question why they would strike together a bit rhetorically. Obviously, two quick reasons we could summarize is one, they thought it would further empower them, like more collectivity. And two, a lot of them are in the same clique anyways, so they want to stand in solidarity together. Like, I get it, of course, like what they're trying to do here. But my point still stands that, like, the whole thing has been rather absurd to begin with. And all of this also hinges on if you believe these claims anyways. Like, when I see a VA saying, oh, I didn't want to go union, I just wanted this specific thing in the contract. To me, when they're, like, again, a part of the same strike, I'm not even really, like, compelled to believe that claim anyways. That just seems like trying to save face. Like, oh, I didn't want to go union. I just took part in the efforts to get the game unionized.
Right.
Okay, sure. On top of that skepticism, though, you got to understand that these VAs have also been caught in so many lies. So it's not even just that. It's also that these people have already been proven to be extremely untrustworthy and manipulative, on top of everything else I just said. Well, that's just my opinion, though. Ultimately, what we do know is that Kayli Mills is no longer Kaching in Genshin Impact, but she is still Rappy in Nikkei. So, beware Nikkei fandom. Suddenly you might have Kayli Mills really talking about how much she loves Rappy. Did you know this is her favorite character of all the characters she's voiced? And did you know how much she loves the Nikkei fandom, guys? This is the best fandom out there, the Nikkei fandom. Do you guys remember when she was mentioned on that special announcement live stream for Nikkei? And then everyone in the responses, okay, not everyone, but it was like, from what I saw, 90% plus comments were just like, ew, boo, recast, fire Rappy, you know, a bunch of comments like that in the live chat.
Yeah, I thought that was,
and then I think it was with
it was pretty hilarious when they were all like completely like booing at her and everything. Replace her, toxic VA, all this other. They were saying so much shenanigans. There was a good majority of them were like, "What's going on? What's happening?" or so. And then one comment was like, "I understand that the English VA is not that good, but come on, you know." And that's the person who doesn't understand the actual situation, what's happening.
Then 48 hours, according to my recollection, after that mess, after she got called out, that she then posted that apology on Twitter, which was like a complete non-apology that didn't go well at all. And now that her attention is not split between Genshin and Nikkei, she's probably going to direct all that fake energy towards Nikkei. So hey, watch out for that. But yeah, I'll leave it there for today, guys.
Oh, we'll see what happens.
I really just wanted to take a look at Karina and Kayli.
Or maybe she found out that, like, you know, her actions have consequences, and well, Lord and behold, she's not going to do it anymore. But only time will tell at the end of the day.
Socials to see if they had any official statements about the recast news. Alas, we saw that Karina did not have an official statement, and instead is just reposting a bunch of nonsense.
I really doubt that she's gonna have an official statement. I doubt she's gonna like address it or anything like that, so. On with the show. Yep, true, to be honest. It's crazy, to be honest. They think our goal was to spread fascism when all we really want is to get Hero Hey to pose his femboy feet. No one mourns for the wicked. Yep. Anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. Hey, man. Who knows, man? Maybe one day I'll get back into voice acting. I did do the voice acting for that one character, so from Do at Night Abyss, you know, because she was not voiced. I was like, you know what? She's not voiced. I might as well do it anyways. It's been a while since I've done some shenanigans like that. Bye, Kick. It's not Kick, guys. It's YouTube frogs. God, Jesus Christ, I swear. Anyways, yeah. Good riddance for bad people, in my personal opinion. I can't wait to see who the new VA for Kaching is. I'll be interested to hear it whenever it comes out, of course. But for now, we just gotta wait. You know, sit back, wait, relax, and slowly, little by little, they'll start firing the toxic VAs and start replacing them with someone better. So, she sounds better. Well, they already got the VA already. I don't even know, to be honest. I haven't heard anything from it. So, yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video, and peace.